Good morning, Eastland Park family and friends. I trust that you're doing well on this Together Tuesday. Today, I would like for us to consider that God is holy. There are words of Scripture that immediately come to my mind from this statement that God is holy. In Isaiah chapter 6, verse 3, we are told that the angels in the presence of God shout out to one another, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory." But what does it mean for God to be holy? The simplest definition that I can give is that God is set apart from all creation and wholly other than you and I. Being set apart from all creation is not only a reality where God is above us or beyond us, but that his character is good and pure. There is no evil or darkness within him. This is important because many times as we consider God's holiness, it is usually attached in some way, shape, or form with God's wrath. And when we attach God's holiness with wrath, unfortunately, we have a tendency to place God's love away from such thought of God. We almost try to say, well, God cannot show forth love and also be wrathful at the same time. And the important thing, though, is that we must integrate God's love and his wrath, though it is difficult. And for many, they choose, again, to go one way or the other. But Jesus does not allow for you and I to do that. And especially as we read through the Gospels, it is important for us to realize that that is not okay, that we must hold them together. And why is this? Well, for many of us, we consider that wrath is a tag team partner with anger. However, anger and wrath have their differences. Anger is a human emotion, and wrath is a mindful, objective, rational response. Further, God's wrath must be understood in relation to his love. Wrath is not a permanent attribute of God, whereas love and holiness are part of his essential nature. Wrath is contingent upon human sin. If there were no sin, there would be no wrath. So we must learn and remember that God is holy, and thus he is against sin. Why? Because God just wants to have something to work through or even to hold against us? No. He is against sin as it damages and diminishes our lives in relation to him and those around us. It is something he does in terms of wrath to act justly towards sin and to work to see it lose its grip on humanity, including in my life and yours. I want to leave us with a quote from a Scottish writer and preacher named George MacDonald from a sermon he wrote over Hebrews chapter 12, verse 29, which speaks of God as a consuming fire. In showing how God is against sin and for humanity at the same time, he states, "He is always against sin, insofar as, and while they are sin are one. He is against them, against their desires, their aims, their fears, and their hopes, and yet he is altogether for them." As we go forth on this Tuesday, know that God is for you. But if sin has place in your life, then he is against you. Why? Because he is angry with you and wants nothing to do with you? No. He desires for each of us to be set free from the grip and power of sin and to know his goodness, love, and mercy. So may we choose the one who is full of goodness, love, and mercy and live into what he has for us, that we may know his holy love, his character that is good, where no evil or darkness is found in him. Have a wonderful day.